Aries, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche. If you are a returning subscriber, you have my love. If you're brand new to the channel or just cross-watching, I'm JT. Like I always say, sometimes the major and minor arcana line up with us in our day-to-day grind. Sometimes they don't. Don't hate the reader. I'm just trying to give you as many explanations of the cards that I can, okay? Do keep in mind that I generate your haiku poems from your tarot spread. So you will see those haiku poems right before your reading, all right? That being said, we'll shuffle up and we'll do a general reading, find out what's going to shake loose in Aries energy. Aries, I wish for you peace and harmony. I wish for the universe to lay out in this spread some kind of information for you, something that you need to know, whether it's about yourself, whether it's about your love life, your finances, the community around you. Ooh, we got a little hold up here. Somebody's trying to come through. Who is this? Talk to me, Aries. Who needs to know this answer? I don't believe in coincidences. When I get blocked up like that, I feel like somebody's trying to say something. All right, we're going to talk about this current energy, crossing challenge, foundation, recent past, possibilities, the near future, the self, the environment, hopes, fears, wishes, or worries. Nice, lovers. The outcome and the direction. Aries, while I'm looking at these cards, here are your brand new poems from Haiku Corner. We'll talk about this reading when I get right back. Okay, Aries. Hey, listen, we start off your reading with a Page of Wands. We have 3 pages in this reading. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the download. Maybe you'll decide to stay, maybe you won't. But not a lot of readers will do that, but I'm going to do this. We got 3 pages. So I know we're talking about a younger masculine here. You may resonate as the feminine. You may not even realize that this person is hung up on you. Okay. And if you're the masculine watching this, I'm about to tell your story, man. So there is definitely, this is what I call the T incoming. That's what this is about, okay? All right. If you're ready for this, we'll do it, okay? Yeah, we got this Page of Wands energy right here. And what it's telling me is that you are their adventure, okay? I'm not talking about lust. All right, well, all right, masculines, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, you are. But I'm saying it's fantasy, it's lust, it's curiosity, okay? He's drawn to your confidence, though. You have this Empress energy here. So if you are, like I said, the feminine, you know, it doesn't have to be, because there's 2 energies here at play. There is the viewpoint of the masculine and there's the viewpoint of the feminine, okay? So, but I'm really speaking from the masculine viewpoint here, because there's this masculine in your energy. Whether or not you know this, I'm not sure, okay? He doesn't care that you're older, okay? Yep, there's an age gap difference here, okay? It's about your confidence, though, your independence, your softness, Um, he sees you just wrapped up in all kinds of strength, okay? And he cares that you're being you, and this is what the attraction is about. I feel like this person, I, you might know this person, you may not. This may be somebody coming into your, I feel like you do, because here's the lovers over here in the possibilities, okay? So just take what fits with you guys. Don't try to make this, don't try to make this work, but just hear me out. You know, This is the person that's, it's got that soft, steady kind of gaze, not, they're not just like staring at you. They're taking you in, right? This is breathing you in. This is, I feel safe around you, in a way, that, around other women his age, he just doesn't feel that way, right? It's got that quiet bold, he'll approach, but I feel like it's going to be really gentle here, and I feel like he's fascinated by your mind, not just your beauty. So I don't know if you work around this person, if this is somebody you met at the damn library. I mean, this really feels. I see no vindictive in this energy whatsoever. The only, if there's a negative energy in this deck, but there's not. But I'm just saying, or in this spread, it would be this Eight of Cups, okay? And I feel like maybe this is from past energy. We're going to talk about that, but I think he's fascinated by your mind. You know what I mean? It's like he's inspired by you, and it's awakened something very creative in him, okay? And I feel like that's why that exploration card is here right now. The Page of Wands, also a very, um there's an intimidation in this, okay? It's like all about your all about your independence. He admires that, right? For some of you, this could be, just so I could stick with the generic form of this card, okay? It's kind of like a new idea or opportunity here. And that opportunity is definitely the relationship. So, like I said, some of you may peel away, and I understand, I get it, but this is all about the challenge here. Look, another one, okay? And here's where that's why I know this is an age gap difference here, okay? We've got another page, and it's not just this one, all right? This is, I got to tell you what I feel here. We're talking about maybe air signs, could be, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm not sure how this fits for you, if it does, but, like I said, don't try to make it fit. But um, this part, it might be a little tender, but this is watching you quietly, not in a creepy way, okay, but in a very careful way. He doesn't want to say the wrong thing here, okay? And to be real honest with you, I'm saying this person is checking on your social media, right? But it's because he's trying to get it right. You know what I mean? He's studying your energy, your pace. If you're letting out any boundaries there, he wants to know, okay? He's afraid of coming off too eager, and he's aware of this age gap, but there's no deterrence in it. Okay. I'm telling you, he's trying to understand your world before stepping into it. So, what I'm thinking is this is what, this person's got some top four going on in his mind. He's studying up, right? He wants to know. We could be talking about a Gen X here. We could be talking about, the Gen Z to millennial, whatever. But there is definitely an age gap. And so this person's like, I got to know that song. I got to know what it's meaning. I got to step into my understanding, right? So, in a way, it's that third party. Um, it's got an energy that there's third party that may be watching him, watching you. I don't know. For some of you, this is, I want to talk. He's just choosing the moment carefully. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We're going to talk about this foundation. We got the Empress, and here's where this feminine energy is at, right? This is all about beauty, natural beauty. It's all about, you know, um, love, abundance, and you're the foundation. You're the Empress. You, and I don't mean this with no a disrespect at all, but you're the older, self-reliant. The emotionally sovereign type woman, right? And you're not chasing. You don't have to rush. You haven't been there. You don't have to be in. This is all about the woman who, makes him slow down, right? And pay attention, right? You've got his attention, all right? He sees you as someone, with all the depth, with all the strength of the glowing woman here. Okay. It's got, you make me want to grow. You make me want to be a better man. You make me, I don't know, have a type of respect that I never understood about myself before, and about other people, about other women, about other relationships. You've already built yourself, and there's an admiration to that, right? So I just feel like that this is I don't know, you're the type of woman that maybe he didn't think existed in his life, but there you were, right? Let's look at this recent past, okay? And we've got the Six of Wands. Aries, this is what he's noticing. You get attention, maybe from multiple people, right? But his attention felt a little bit different. Like I said, he admired you kind of quietly and respectfully, and I don't know, maybe he saw somebody that was more like your age, right? That tried to impress you, but he's the one who actually understood you, right? You walked into a room and he felt it. You received the praise or the recognition, maybe that boosted your confidence or something. That's the person that recognized it and understood it. You know, somebody else might have been doing that for, you know, just to save face, or perhaps you're in a high position, a high authoritative position, or something like that. And I think you know that if this was one of those, you know, those I don't know, appraisal type gestures, but you just knew something underneath it wasn't all there, right? Well, this other person really saw through that and understood that, right? So, you know, he may have seen you as someone out of reach, but until now, I mean, that's what I'm getting at. This is all about, I don't know, it's all about a conversation that's coming clear, honest. I feel like there's a gentle approach in this card, right? Somebody opening up about how they see you, you know. It's all about what's coming. Okay, we're going to talk about this possibilities. We got this Ace of Swords, right? So that's the clarity. That's the moment. If you're feeling this, if you're feeling this in your energy, this is the conversation that's coming. All right. Um, it's the person that asks the thoughtful questions, right? Um, and I feel like you're going to know this. This is clarity card, right? By the way, so you're going to know this. I mean, there. If you guys have had conversations already, he's going to remind you of something that you said that you probably weren't even paying attention to, just out of normal conversation. That he reminds you, just to show you that that's the person that's paying attention here. You know what I mean? You know, this is the person that wants to talk about life, not just flirting. Okay, and I do feel there's some flirtation in this because, you know, but it's all about it's the vulnerability that you bring out of this person, right? So I think you know this. This is the moment right here with the age gap that stops mattering. There's nothing there, right? It doesn't matter. All right, let's look at this near future. In the near future, we got this Page of Cups, and here it again, the third page. This is how I know. Okay, this is all about, you know, the tender message, not necessarily flirty, but the tender one, right? Complimenting you, something specific about you, you know, your voice, you know, your mind, your presence. Okay, this is the person you see blushing. Okay, or maybe gets flustered around you, can't speak right. Okay, maybe shares like a dream or a memory or something like that. You know, something very soft. That's what this card represents. Okay, it's small, but it's meaningful. Okay, this is all about the opportunity to be vulnerable around you, you know, and to feel safe, safe enough to do that around you. Okay, all right, let's talk about this self. This is the only card that I saw in this whole spread that just has some kind of a shadow aspect here, right? It's like, you know, you don't need any emotional chaos in your life, right? Especially emotionally immature connections. You know, you're done with the men who can't meet you that way. So, you know, all the mixed signals, the whole choosing depth over convenience. This is how you have stepped up in that fact. So you got to know that this person that I'm talking about, they can sense that in your energy, right? And that would be why their approach would be soft, be gentle. And with the Empress card, you're definitely going to be in your intuitive, nurturing state. So you're going to recognize whether this is coming off as, you know, word salad, or if it's really genuine, right? You're going to feel that modesty in it is what I'm getting at. Okay, and so, you know, for some of you, this could be like leaving a job or a role that no longer fits. I don't want to disinclude that, but I feel like maybe he feels you, you know, maybe he senses that you've pulled away from those old patterns, right? And this allows that person to step forward to you. Okay. All right. In the environment, we have this Nine of Cups. And this is all about the environment that's supportive emotionally, financially, spiritually. Okay. This is, he sees you as the wish that he didn't know he was allowed to have. You know what I mean? And I feel like this person feels very lucky just to know you. Okay, this is all about attracting emotionally available people. Okay, for some of you, it's that financial wish that's granted finally, you know, but he wants to make you feel appreciated, not overwhelmed here. This is the overwhelmed of joy card, right? And so if he comes blasting in, you know what I mean, with some kind of an energy that's just showboat or just masculine, over masculine, you're going to recognize that. So that's why his approach is not going to be that. It's going to be all about appreciation here. Okay. So recognize it, pay attention to it. That's what's coming, right? All right, here we go. Hopes, fears, wishes, worries. We got the Lover's card. Okay. It's not a warning. This is all about clarity. I'm going to guide you through this. Okay. He hopes you'll let him in. You know, I feel like he fears like you're going to see him as too young. You know, that you're letting someone younger into your heart, questioning the connection. Is it real? You know, this person wants depth. They don't want to fling. That's not what this card's about. You know, if I'd seen the devil in this hand, I would know that there's something in that, but I'm not seeing that at all. Okay. What I'm seeing is actually you. And we're going to talk about that in this next card. This is all about emotional safety, you know, and I feel like this person's afraid of disappointing you. So you have a choice, right? You've got a choice here. It's all about what you're going to decide. And you know, it's not a test here, okay? We're going to talk about this outcome and the direction. I feel like this is why the hangman shows up. You're considering it, you know? Let's unpack it, right? It's not stagnation. It's all about alignment and yours. This is that pause that's going to bring some clarity. You saw that Ace of Swords. We know this. This person sees you differently, not as older, but as right. You get what I'm saying? You know, and I think you might see him differently, not as younger, but maybe as the person that's showing up. And maybe you're going to need to step back. Maybe you're going to need to take, you know, a little perspective shift, right? Um, and I feel like when you do that, a little bit of delay, the connection might feel possible for you. You know what I mean? Maybe that age gap's going to become irrelevant, you know, and the emotional connection becomes more central to what, you know, to the experience. You know, you're going to step into that experience. So I feel like it's a slow burn, right? It's desire. I feel like there's safety in it, okay? And I feel like you're stepping into a connection that's going to like honor you. You know, it's going to honor your independence. We've seen that with the Empress, right? It's not immaturity. I feel like this is more curiosity meeting wisdom. You know what I mean? Um, Softness meeting strength. You know, that younger heart that's just all it is meeting an older soul and finding some harmony in it. So I tell you, it's beautiful. Aries, I love this reading. I just felt like it was so, yes, there is some tension. There is a, you know, there's taboo. If I'd seen the devil, I might have even been able to say that even with the, you know, with a very straight face, but I didn't. So I don't even feel like it's taboo. I think more it's about maybe just your decision, what you choose, right? So Aries, I feel like this person's there. It's in your energy, and I hope to see it. I hope to see it work out because it does seem kind of cool. Anyway, Aries, I love you. I respect you. I hope this was clarity or confirmation. Anyway, I'll leave last week's reading. That may be a continuance of that. I think I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but check that reading out because this was kind of like the buildup, and this is kind of like get ready, it's coming. So anyway, I love you, Aries. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Anyway, we'll see you in the next readings. Okay. All right. Bye.